The importance of speech number 3 is that you have clarity about what the audience should know at the end of your speech. The speech should have both a general purpose and a specific purpose. The general purpose is to inform or persuade, to entertain, or to inspire. And the specific person is what the speaker wants you to walk away with as an audience member. Additionally, the speaker must project sincerity, conviction, and strive not to use no's. Gilles is originally from France. He is not only has been a French pastry chef, a business owner, an owner of an insurance agency, but also national, regional, and executive director of a community Bible study international. Please welcome Gilles with his project number 3, 5 to 7 minutes, Walls and Castles is the name.
It's much fun every time. We haven't started yet. I'm gonna need you to tell me to adjust for you there to see.
No, you're fine.
For the light, for the screen.
It's good.
I got the angle on me. Okay, the angle. Well, good morning, Toastmaster. Bye-bye, James. I didn't know I had that effect. Okay, it's good to be with you this morning and to be before you again and to share a little bit about my story. I don't know if you remember, but my last speech was about financial freedom, about building up your castle. And I told you that to be able to do that, to build our own castle, we needed 3 main things. Well, the first one was a goal, the second one was a plan, and the third one was a foundation. Any of you remember what the foundation was? Protection. In the beginning of the second millennium in Europe, all over Europe, people start building castles. And you can still visit many of them today. This one, actually, it's a fortified city of Carcassonne in the south of France. Beautiful city, if you go there, please visit it. But what castle, which still remain today, over 1,000 years later, some had, so they could survive time and wars. What did they have? All of them. Foundation, fortification, they had walls. They had walls around, or maybe a moat, like here, the bridge was added there around. It's essential to have protection around a castle. Otherwise, everybody will walk in. This was a defensive mechanism. Let's imagine on this picture that they had a big, fancy, high wall in the front, but in the back, the wall was just 2 feet tall. Would that be good protection?
No.
Or let's imagine that they had a big hole on the side and they did not repair it. Would that be protection? Of course not. The reason they survived is because of that. They had protection all around them. The key word. We all spend most of our adult life trying to build our own castle. spend a lot of time, a lot of energy building up that beautiful castle of ours. Some of us built a smaller castle, some of us built a bigger castle. But all of them for us are extremely precious, regardless of the size, because they are our future. They are there to take care of us when we get older, our later days. So every one of your castle, I know, is very, very precious to you. How much time you spend thinking about protecting that castle, making sure it's secure, that nobody or nothing will take it away from you. This is what my speech is about, protecting your castle. What do you think could today, in today's environment, you know, we don't build those big castles now with those big wall and moat, but what is our protection today of our own castle? We call it insurance, right? And what the kind of event that could happen to destroy that beautiful castle? What about a major car wreck? Do you know that in California, about every year, 14,000 car wrecks, you know, happen every year? That's a pretty good sign number. What about a house fire? Do you know that close to 500,000 house fires happen every year in the United States? That's quite a number. I mean, when I was searching and researching, I was amazed. I didn't expect that big of a number. Okay. Those things happen every day, so many times. What about the premature death of the breadwinner, someone in the family that will attack our castle? Over 300,000 people will die before age 55 this year. You know, we don't like to think about that. Building wall and protection is not fun. It's hard work. Imagine how hard what it was to build those fortifications at the time. How much sweat people had to put on. And I'm sure they didn't really enjoy it. Okay. So do we. We do not enjoy thinking about those things. However, if we want a beautiful castle, what about the likely disability? Do you know that it's estimated that anybody who is between 20 and 25 years old today, 1 out of 4 will have a long-term disability before retirement? What about the long-term illness? 16 million people in America today suffer of a long-term illness. What about the lawsuit? We are in what? Lawsuit-happy country. I mean, the rest of the world doesn't understand what's going on here. You know, people sue each other all the time and for anything. It's all about lawsuit. Do you know that the average, how do you say that? The reward, not reward, but the average
return.
You know, that, you know, for lawsuit reward.
Lawsuit award.
Okay. In 2004, 2005, with the last statistic that I have here, 35% of them will be over $1 million. Okay. For the overall national trend for auto accidents, in 2005, it was $406,000 and 576, no, 400,006, $576. Okay. It's a lot of money. Don't you think it'd be wise to protect your castle, to make sure that nobody can get to it? When was the last time you checked your wall? When was the last time you had someone do it for you? Will it make sense to ask a professional, somebody you can trust, to look at your walls? But do you know I'm a wall inspector? That's my job. And I do it for free. I would be very happy to review and examine your walls, each one of you, to make sure that your castle is well protected and nobody or nothing will take it away from you. Thank you. I'd like to give you a little souvenir, so if you want to pass that around.